The legend of Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow is the quietest place in the world. Besides being haunted, nothing much happened there until the night of the fantastic party. Ichabod Crane marched into the party, his head held high, his tall frame and baggy clothes resembling a scarecrow. He was at a party for one reason: Corinta Van Tassel. Corinta stood out at the party like a red rose on a snowy day. She chatted with Brom Van Brom. He was on broad shoulder and strong. Brom enjoyed riding around as horse daredevil. He was known for pulling pranks and causing mischief around town. Brom Van Brunt also liked Corinta. Ichabod mustered his resolve and went straight up to them. "Excuse me, Corinta," Ichabod said. "Would you care to dance?" Brom Van Brunt's face turned red as a boiled lobster. "I love to dance," Corinta said as she grabbed Ichabod's hand. Ichabod and Corinta toured around the dance floor as if there were no tomorrow. The joyful, lively dancing caught the attention of everyone at the party. Ichabod imagined that he could dance his way right into Corinta's heart. The longer Ichabod and Corinta danced, the more jealous Brom Van Brom became. When the band took a break, Ichabod and Corinta stopped for a drink of Butch Bull. There stood Brom, sharing ghost stories with a group of friends. "I'll tell you the scariest ghost story of them all," said Van Brunt. He stared directly at Ichabod. "Have you ever heard of the Headless Horseman?" "No," Ichabod muttered a gulp. Brom began to whisper, and the group leaned closer. Every night at midnight, he rides through town on his horse, looking for the missing head. His missing head, Brom said. "I've always seen him with my very own eyes. I was riding along a late night when this fella came trotting up. I asked him if he wanted to race. He didn't say a word because he didn't have a head. So I took off on Daredevil," Brom bellowed. "Then he came tearing up behind me. I raced behind him to the church bridge. Once his horse set fire on the bridge, he disappeared in a flash on fire." The audience stood in tense silence. "If you ever see the Headless Horseman," Brom Van Brunt said, "head to the other side of the church bridge. Otherwise, you're done for." "Of course, if you faster than me, you'd have nothing to worry about." "That was really brave of you," Corinta said. She looked at Brom with delight and admiration. Ichabod took one look at Brom and grunted. Great imaginary story. Jealous of Corinta, admiration for Brom. Ichabod took her hand and pulled her toward the dance floor. Brom danced a few more songs, but Brom Van Brunt's story was stuck in Ichabod's head. But just before midnight, Ichabod said farewell to Corinta and promised her to visit her tomorrow. Soon, then he climbed on a tired old pile horse that he borrowed from the local farmer and set off home. The wind whistled through the branches and now shrieked. The Headless Horseman filled Ichabod's mind. He attempted to sing the song himself, but his normal stunning voice caught in his throat. Then he heard another sound coming up behind him, a horse. The horse rider came trotting up next to Ichabod, but it was too dark to see them. "Good evening," Ichabod said. The rider said nothing. Up ahead, Ichabod could make out the church bridge. He started a little faster than the rider matched his pace. "This strange fog we're having," Ichabod said, trying to making conversation. Again, the rider said nothing. The moon slid down from behind a cloud. Ichabod looked over the rider and froze. The rider had no head. In his hand, the rider held a big, huge pumpkin that seemed to glare in the moonlight. He raised it above where his head should have been and burst as it burst into flames. Ichabod screamed and kicked the sides of his horse and barely sped up. The safety of the church bridge raised it up ahead. "Faster!" Ichabod yelled from the pile of horse. Almost there. The rider was close, but then Ichabod heard his horse huge stomp on the wooden bridge. He sighed with relief. I made it, Ichabod screamed. He heard the rider's horse behind him. He turned to look from safety at the bridge. A flash of flames rushed toward him, and it all went dark. The next morning, the schoolboy discovered Ichabod's horse grazing in a field by the church. On the ground next to the old bridge, he found Ichabod's hat and Scotch pumpkin. Ichabod himself had disappeared. Not long after Ichabod vanished from Sleepy Hollow, Corinna and Bromo married. When folks tell a story about Ichabod crying, Van Brom would always smile. Some said Brom drove Ichabod away. Others who knew such things would had the horsemen taken him on the dark night.